It's Women of Honor Wednesday. I am so psyched to be a part of this. My name is Joe Dombrowski. If you're unaware, this is my partner, the Big Daddy of Destruction, J-Rock, by my side, and we're on Wednesdays for the first time.
That's right, Women of Honor, welcome here. We're gonna have some fun. Let's get these introductions. I can't wait. Joe Dombrowski, give it up one time for this women's matchup right here.
Take it, Lendl.
This contest is a Women of Honor match, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making her way to the ring, from Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Midwest Slayer, Stacy Shadow.
Hometown notwithstanding to this Chicago crowd, Women of Honor, maybe you think about the things dreams are made of, but that's a nightmare walking down the ramp right there, Joe Dombrowski. Stacy Shadow.
And don't adjust your calendar, it's not Future of Honor Fridays, but we are still here with you. So psyched to be part of Women of Honor Wednesday, and Stacy Shadow's one of the most intimidating and aggressive of the entire division. She's made her status known against all types of competition, including the Women of Honor tournament, but a very game young challenger for Stacy this week as we send it back up to Nick Lendl.
And her opponent, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Stella Britt.
This right here is going to be such a unique matchup, Joe Dombrowski. The much larger, meaner, veteran Stacy Shadows and Stella Gray here, the young upstart student of the Ring of Honor dojo under the wing of Cheeseburger. She's come a long way. We've seen her against Sumi Sakai. She's had some great opportunities, and here's another one right here on Women of Honor.
And Stella Gray's been tough her entire life. She played street hockey as a kid because girls were not allowed to play ice hockey where she grew up. She's been a natural athlete her whole life. She's been against the odds, but she has not let that change her, has not let that slow her down. After her Ring of Honor tryout, she was in the ring a week later. She's certainly done all the work and all the effort to make it here, and she's tested herself against the best. J-Rock, did you know she was the opponent as the Code of Honor is followed through at the request of referee Mike Posey? Bell is sounded, but to finish my point, Stella was the very first opponent of Sumi Sakai after Sumi captured the Women of Honor Championship at Supercard of Honor in New Orleans. That shows you Stella does not fear any challenge, even the best.
No, big prestigious opportunity, and she wants Stella to take on the best. I talked to her backstage, and look, whew.
Maybe not
that was the best idea, Joe.
Not the wisest way to start the matchup against the unpredictable, the impulsive Stacy Shadows, who's got a vendetta against the world.
Yeah, talking to Stella in the back earlier, she said, I want the biggest, the baddest, the best, whether it's Sumi Sakai or tonight, Stacy Shadows. And here it is, big opportunity to prove her wares on Women of Honor.
A couple of athletes who've been searching for that first big win here in Women of Honor to propel their career to its next plateau, as Stella, you see, trying to knot up that thigh muscle in the early going and take Stacy off the vertical base, but that power on display straight down with the spine buster.
That is a huge spine buster and a quick game changer in this match. When you are the smaller competitor, Joe, you wouldn't know. You've never been in the ring, but when you're the smallest, that's right. Gotta love some trash talk. When you're the smaller competitor, you cannot make mistakes that allow such power maneuvers. Stella Gray in trouble early on.
Stacy had attended a Ring of Honor dojo camp in 2014. That's where she was discovered, and was no looking back from there. She was actually part of the Women of Honor tournament, the opening round against Tennille Dashwood, who moved on to be a semifinalist, cover in the ring for 2. So it took one of the absolute best in the field to knock Stacy out of contention.
And not only all of those accolades, but whether you do or don't know, she rides for the last few years with such as the Rosa, if you will. She's been under the wing of the Beer City Bruiser, learning that mean style of attending some last calls, if you will, with the big man.
And as Stacy uses that power textbook suplex now into the cover. 2 count only. J-Rock, Stacy's been in the game 10 years compared to Stella, less than 1. You know more than anybody the advantage of being an experienced athlete in ring.
Huge difference. That can be the difference maker. There's physical ability, there's size, there's all of those things, but man, experience. And look, here you see Stella. You know, I think early on that spine buster really took Stella Gray out of her game, because we haven't seen that same spunk that she usually has. Ooh.
Maybe not that same spunk, but she's got tenacity. And there you see, Dragon Sleeper. That's shades of gray. Dragon Sleeper's a specialty of hers.
That's her opportunity right here, but she doesn't have it completely locked in. Look at the right arm as she's trying Stella to get it around. Stacy has a chance there and uses it.
If Stella would have been able to rock back and get a body scissors on, it could have been different, but Stacy stood her ground.
That was it. By keeping that vertical base, Stacy was able to snapmare her way out of it and get back on top. And now Stella is in big, big trouble.
But that was to our point about the tenacity of Stella Gray. Hey, she grew up in Philadelphia. She knows what it's like to be tough. She knows what it's like to be raised in the mean streets, and she's going to bring that same mentality to surviving in the very, very tough waters of Women of Honor.
Philly, they boo Santa Claus in Philly. So obviously Stella Gray's been with the toughest, and in the ring, she's trying to hang with the best, and one of those is right here, Stacy Shadows.
Stacy's been an athlete her entire life as well, and she certainly is no stranger to physicality, to being the aggressor, to being a bully.
Did you hear those shots? Talk about physicality, those chops to the chest of Stella Gray, and now beating Stella down in the corner unmercifully here. Stacy Shadows has something to prove, but this is her ring.
Well, Stella Gray dove into the deep end from day one, so to speak. Her very first matchup with Karen Q. We've seen her take on Brandy Rhodes, Mandy Leone, a number of others. She has always tested herself against the cream of the crop, top to bottom.
How competitive is this women's
cover here?
How competitive, Joe Dombrowski, this Women of Honor division here. Women the best, the biggest, the brightest, the meanest. They come from around the world for a shot at Sumi Sakai and the women's title.
Well, we saw the Women of Honor tournament. Some of those matches took place in Japan. Truly, the entire wrestling universe, the entire wrestling world is zeroed in on what Women of Honor is doing, the most athletic and competitive women's division in wrestling today, as Stella Gray showing her competitive spirit, battling back against the larger shadows.
That's athletic, that's competitive, that's shot after shot. Stella can't stop, she can't admire her handiwork here. Stella has to stay on the bigger shadows. DDT!
I noticed she knotted up that thigh muscle again, took away the vertical base, and a cover for two!
Against a bigger competitor like Stacy Shadows, knotting up the thigh, Joe, good point, is a great strategy because that will continue to affect Stacy the rest of the match.
Yeah, if you can't plant that foot, get that weight position properly, your striking game, your power game is compromised. But look at Shadows, who moved out of the corner.
That's a move right there. She has mastered the Saito suplex.
Beautiful tragedy. Good night. Stacy Shadows
Here
victorious.
is your winner, Stacy Shadows.
Joe Dombrowski, Stacy Shadows told me personally right behind that curtain she had something to prove tonight, and she did it at the expense of Miss Stella Gray.
Stacy's got all the tools, experience, mentality, and certainly physicality. If she can gain that momentum, is there anybody in Women of Honor that can stop her, including Sumi Sakai?
We're gonna find out. Speaking of momentum, hey, you're gaining some momentum here. They put you alongside J-Rock Daddy, and now we are out here. Women of Honor Wednesday, we're here, and so is Stacy Shadows with a big, big victory, no pun intended.
I'm loving Wednesdays. I'm loving Women of Honor. Thank you so much for joining us. For J-Rock, I'm Joe Dombrowski. We'll see you next time.
Give it up one time.